everybody? Real fast, hopped in here to give y'all this quick rundown of the new prop bot. Okay, so pretty much this is just an EA. There's no indicators or anything connected. We do have an indicator that works with it, but that's a separate item. Pretty much this is the robot. Okay, so if you look at it right now, you're gonna notice that it's just a chart with whatever you put on it, right? And right now it's using a simple strategy. Now, the reason that a lot of prop firm robots end up not working, there's two reasons, and I'll explain it in this video. The two main reasons that prop robots stop working is, one, the firm finds out about the robot because you're not allowed to use multiple trades, the same trade over various accounts, because they consider that, you know, copy trading. And if the prop firm doesn't allow that, then that would be a violation, and you would get the robot would be flagged. And specifically, if the robot is flagged, anybody who has it, when they try to take a trade, they'll be flagged as well. Okay, so pretty much that's why it's good to kind of get these robots from somebody that you can contact, because if that happens, they could at least turn around and give you another robot. Now, you know, hopefully that would never happen to you with somebody and you're like in the middle of a challenge. So over here, you don't have to really worry about that. You know, we're not selling a ton of these, so they're not getting blacklisted or anything like that, okay? And the way around that would be to know the author of the robot so that they could simply just give you a different robot, probably using the same strategy, because they can't do anything about that part. Now, pretty much what it is this is not a high frequency robot. That's the other reason most people lose these trades. They have robots that take high frequency trades, and they usually probably do it on a lower time frame. This robot is catered more towards the 5 minute and up. You can use it on the 1 minute, 5 minute, or even a day, week, month. You can. It's fine. But I'm telling you what I did. So this is how I passed. I put this on a 1 hour chart, and I use the version with the indicator, of course, because I want to know what's happening. But people who can't afford all of that, who maybe just want to get their hands and feet wet, this is for you. So pretty much you turn this on and you leave it. And it's going to take trades, and it's not going to take a lot of trades because I'm getting back into the high frequency trading. High frequency trading is when you have an EA that takes like a bunch of trades, and that's kind of not cool to me, because, you know, at that point you're pretty much gambling, because an algorithm is an algorithm and it can be tricked. And if you're taking multiple trades, the more trades you take without knowing what's happening, the more likely you will lose. Even with this robot, if you don't know what you're doing, there's a chance you could lose. But the win rate is much higher with this robot because it's looking for high probability setups. So I'm using a strategy here that is a hybrid probability trade, because sometimes I'm asleep when I miss certain trades, and you need a EA that's going to take the breakouts, the high probability positions. So you want something more like that versus a high frequency robot. I'm just gonna be real. Now, I can give you a high frequency robot. I have a high frequency version of the robot, but I know that without proper knowledge, you kind of don't want to get that. And most people who get into EAs, they know what they want and they buy that, or they want to get started. And usually when you want to get started, they kind of get the wrong one. And that's why a lot of people think these things don't work. So pretty much this is just a simple strategy. I will show you in a portion of the video what it looks like if you were to get the indicator. Now, the indicator is not sold with this. Okay, so pretty much we're gonna go over the prop bot and the signals, the quality of the signals. Okay, so a lot of y'all ask about the settings and like what are the actual parameters that I use. Okay, the strategy, this is definitely a strategy that's not in any of the other robots. This is a much slower strategy, so I gotta have to make sure you understand. With this robot, you're gonna get a signal, but you won't get one every day. It is not a high frequency trading robot. What is that? A lot of people who do prop firm challenges with robots, they use high frequency trading robots, meaning they put on a lower time frame and it takes a bunch of signals and trades. Now, the problem with that is if you're not somebody who understands trading, you know, the robot is pretty much scalping and taking a ton of trades to try and compound the account through wins and losses. We just want to take 1 or 2 good trades, probably pass the challenge in 5 trades tops. You know, that's really the target for us. Whenever we're taking a challenge, the phase is usually 5 trades. We're winning. The max 10, because if you lose 4, you still need to win at least 5, because we're trying to hit that 5% per trade. So let's talk about it. So this is the first signal on GBP Chef. Okay, Great British Pound Chef. As you can see, the signal comes out right here. Boom, it's a sell. Now it's a perfect entry, by the way. And at its lowest point, look what you're getting out of it. You're gonna get 222 pips out of this one move. Now, the parameters for the robot are simple. It's a 30 pip stop loss. It's 60 pips, but we're going to go for 200. That's usually my settings. I go for 200 and I watch the average daily range. And if the average daily range is exhausted at the point of my trade, then I start doing a trailing stop. But the robot is going to trail your trade anywhere between 20 to 40 pips. Right now, you're seeing that's a 30 pip stop loss. We went over this. We're going to go over this in the settings. It's going to give you a 30 pip risk for 1%. So pretty much if you're risking 1% on 30 pips, let's just break this down again now that you know the math, right? 220 pips, okay? As low as point, 225. Okay, cool. That means that you won the challenge right here because 30 pips is all you need to do a 1%. So you would literally need 140 pips to pass at 5%. So you literally went 100 pips over that. So you're at about 8% on this one trade, okay? Okay, so depending on your challenge, anywhere between 5 to 10%, that one trade pretty much passed for you if you just let it run. And that's that. You know, this is how you do it. So let's just go over the quality of the signals. We don't need to make the video extra long. Let me unlock this chart and go over the signals because you will get losing signals here. So, you know, let's be transparent. But we're looking at the win rate. The win rate is going to be higher because you're getting less signals. Okay, so once again, you got to sell here. Sell did not work. This is considered a losing trade, right? So, you know, you get the buy. Let's realistically see. The buy got you 23 pips at its highest point, 97 pips. But you know, you got to know how to trade to know to stay in this trade right here. Most people probably would not know this, but a standard trader should know. That's a 97 pip trade, okay? So that's a winning signal, failed signal. So you got 2 signals winning, 1 losing, okay? Now you got another signal right here. This was a buy signal. You know, it was ranging pretty much. 25 pips is all that came out of this. I would consider this kind of a losing trade just based off the rules of the robot. But, you know, once again, not knowing how to trade, you probably let this trade go like this on you, right? You probably did. You shouldn't have. But if you use the 30 pip parameter that I set, your 30 pip stop loss got hit on this trade before your 30 pip take profit. So this is considered a losing trade. So we're going to go 2 for 2. Okay, so we got 2 winning trade, 2 losing trades. Now, why does it not matter? Pardon the noise in the back. Today is like crazy today. So I'm just going to continue to push through this because today is very crazy. I don't know why. The reason you don't really worry about your losses is because, like I said, this one trade pretty much won you the challenge. And then you had this trade. So if you do the amount of pips on this, right? Let's just say this sell came out. Let's just go to this lowest point and say you got 195 pips, right? This is a 30 pip loss, right? So you got to take 195 minus 30. Then you got another 95, right? So we got 205 total pips winning, and 60 pips minus from that would be 145 pips. So once again, the losses don't matter because the losses are only 30 pip losses. The wins are where you're winning big on their signals. So this is what people got to start understanding when you use these automations. You're supposed to make your trading easy, okay? Once again, 55 pips on this trade. This is a winning trade. Another one right here, another buy. Let's just say you take it here. Most people would get stopped out. So I'm going to declare this a losing trade just because you would get stopped out. If you didn't get stopped out and you let it run at its highest point, 170 pips. But the market will do this because, see, this is the thing about trading that people don't realize. You have to get pullbacks. You see, the pullbacks are how to get you out of your trades. And I'm not going to go into like preaching and teaching, but this is part of trading. Every trade is going to pull back on you at some point. But the pullbacks of where your knowledge of trading comes in. If you don't have the knowledge, this is a losing trade. So let's just declare this a losing trade, even if you knew to stay in it because it was a pullback. You know, let's just say you didn't know, okay? There you go right there. So let's just keep looking. Let's just keep looking. Let's just keep looking. The next signal. What do we get? We get a sell. Once again, see what it did? It pulled back. You see how I like to use the 30 pip stop loss. You see the sell came out. Let's just be real about this sell. The sell came out right here, and then it pulled back, pulled back, pulled back. 30 pips perfectly. You see how they know that? This is how these brokers operate. This is how these markets operate. But had you known to stay in this trade, this is what you would have been getting. Okay, 262 pips. Now, how would you have known to stay in this trade? This is where my course kind of comes in. I'm not gonna try to sell it to you, but I will explain. We teach about the bodies of the candles, and you see the dojis, you see the wicks, you see so many wicks at the top of these candles. What was this telling you? What was this telling you? You see, it's obvious that once you understand price and the body of the candle, you understand that the candle was telling you that it was tired of going up. So you would have known to just pull your stop loss back and stay in the trade if you understand price action like that. Okay, but I teach that in the course. Once again, I won't get too into details right now. Once again, another signal. Bar comes out here, automatically gives you 45 pips. Automatically. Highest point, 160 pips. Yeah, I know I trade like this, so highest point, 160 pips. I trade that way, so y'all should not be accustomed to not seeing that. So let's lock the chart. As you can see, 65 pips on this current trade right now. I trade this way. So let's pick another pair and just look at it. Let's just randomly pick a pair. And once again, another sell signal came out. You see where we at? We in this sell right here. The sell signal came out, boom. And we fell out the sky. Sell signal came out, boom. Lowest point, 126 pips. Okay. And as you can see from the trade I'm currently in, it's trailing the trade like I told you. We entered here. It went to break even. Then when we got to 30 pips, it started trailing. So I'm trailing my trade, so I'm in profit automatically. Risk-free trading, guys. So once again, this trade right here is going to be for me on prop firm right now at the current price. We're 86 pips. So we're at 2% on this trade. This one trade is a 2% trade at the moment. Now, let's look at what my percent is for my trade entry. Boom. At this current moment, I'm 2% on my trade already. So you see? So this is why I worry about percents over win losses, because that's what matters the most. Okay, so let's pick another pair. Let's just skim over this real quick and just look at the different signals it gave. This one here was another one. I would consider this a bad trade because it did it at the pullback and wicked you out on purpose. You see this little wick? So let's call that a losing trade. Then we got a winning trade right here. And let's just keep looking. Another trade that I would consider a losing trade. So you lost 30 right there, right? So let's count it up. 60 pips you lost. Let's just be real. Let's talk negative. You lost 60 pips, but then look at the highest point, 350 pips on the uptrend. Because remember, we're not looking at the pullback, because a lot of y'all look at the pullback. We look at the trend direction. This was an uptrend of 350 pips. So you lost 60, but you got 290 from that. Okay, just to let y'all guys know. So right there, you passed your challenge. Now, real quick, I'm going to say the robot is not a high-frequency trading robot. Most people take high-frequency trading robots, put them on lower time frames, and they let it take multiple trades back and forth in every direction and try to compound and win the challenge that way. But we don't want to do that. We want to just take trend trades and keep it simple, okay? So this strategy is going to simply go with the direction of price. And that's what this strategy is. Now, as far as the indicator, the arrows, you do not get that. You do not get the arrows on your chart. This is to show you what it looks like with the indicator. I may do a private sell on this, but the best way I can tell you is probably get the TGO arrows if you want the indicator, because the same strategy is being used in that and this. So if that's what you want, you can get that. Okay, you can buy that separate. Now, for the prop firm challenges, we know there's 2 phases. So when you buy this, you will get 2 accounts to pass your challenge. Okay, so you will get 2 accounts. I know that people when you pass the phase 1, they're gonna give you another account, and it's all demo accounts. So you're gonna get the demo account. So don't worry, you're gonna get the 2 phases, and then you're gonna get another. Once you get your new account number, we'll give you another version of the robot for that. You can use this on a regular account if you want as well, and you can compound on a regular account and use that money to get a challenge and get a funded account, you can always take the trades from one MT4 and follow those same trades on another, okay? But like I said, we're gonna give you the 2-phase 1 and 2 accounts, and if you pass, we're gonna give you the another one, okay? So don't worry about it, and it's reasonably priced, so you know you're getting a deal on this. I don't want to hear no crying. This is not gonna teach you a strategy or anything like that. This is just to help you, because the main reason people lose with robots on these prop firm challenges is because, one, they do high frequency trading, and the other is because they don't tell you about the time frames. So we recommend that you take this on a 1 hour, and you will notice you're not getting a lot of signals throughout the day. You'll go days without signals. But if you feel like you want more signals, now this is where you become a little bit more of a riskier trader. You simply lower the time frame. When you lower the time frame, you're gonna get more signals. You see, now you're starting to see more on the chart. And if you go even lower, you get more signals. The difference is you start getting more noisy trades, more choppier trades, and that's what you want to kind of avoid. But if you want to get more signals and you feel like you just can't wait, that's what you do. Now, the reason that you don't really want to trade on these lower time frames is because the moves are smaller. So pretty much instead of getting that one big move for 8%, you're going to get probably 2 or 3 moves for 1%. And you're going to be risking 1% every time you trade. So you're going to be risking more to win more. So that's why we recommend higher time frames. But you can go down to the 1 minute and 5 minute, and yeah, it'll still work. You see it works right here, right there. That's a winning trade. It still works, guys. But the problem is, like I said, you're just doing a little bit more risk. But if you're scalping, you can scalp with this. But see that signal right there? That was a bad one. It gave a buy that never brought. It took a while to actually buy, and you wouldn't have known that because the lower time frame is extremely noisy. And you know, it's cool for scalping, but if you're trying to win a prop firm challenge, then hey, it's a little bit more tricky because you may have to up your lot and risk a lot more to win the trade. So the higher the time frame, the less noisy and the less risky your trade will be. Okay, so this is the prop firm bot, and you know, we're gonna go over the settings, and this is it. So like I said, when you get it, you send the account, you're gonna get your phase 1 and 2 account, and if you win, then you get that next account. Okay, it's up to you. But yeah, this is for people who want to get their feet wet. You want to trade. Now, I don't really like giving people stuff that, you know, I feel like I could give you more, and there's more indicators and stuff I could give with this, but then the price would have to be higher. And people just, you know, everyone can't afford everything, or people just want to get into automation and try it without spending much. There you go. Now, this is not a talking robot or any of the other robots. Don't think you're getting any of that, because sometimes you guys be wanting the bells and whistles for nothing. No, this is just an EA that you put on your chart and trade with. All right, so we're gonna go over the settings, and then that's it. That'll be the end of this video. Peace. Okay, so here are the settings pretty much for the robot. The robot is pretty basic. It's a simple strategy that I use, and it's not a high frequency robot. We'll talk about that more in the other portion of the video, of course, but pretty much these are the settings. So you have your lot size, you have your take profit, you have your stop loss, your trailing stop, and your break even. Okay, slippage you don't have to worry about. However, if you just want to take a 1% trade, you can turn this to true and put in your stop loss, and whatever your stop loss is, it will trade 1% risk in that position of the trade, whether it be a buy or sell. So pretty much, if you put a 30 pip stop loss, the trade will trade 1% at 30 pips. So you're risking 1 to 1 if you hit 30, and you know, you multiply that by 1, then it's a 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, you know. But these are the settings. So pretty much you have the trade direction, which is set to both. You have trade close on opposite direction, meaning that if the trade starts backing up, it's going to close the trade automatically. But if you're going to do that, that's just to make sure that your stop loss is not being seen by your broker. Now, if you do want to trade properly, you should always use a stop loss, of course, but that's really up to you. I would use the stop loss anyway, which I already have it set. So when you turn the robot on, you have my settings that I'm using for the prop firm challenges, preferably on a 30-minute or 1 hour on currency pairs. So this is the settings I'm using. So people keep asking, oh, what's the exact settings? There it goes. It's already set automatically this way. Like I said, the only thing you may want to change is you want to turn the use MM, which is money management, to true, and then it'll use 1%. If not, it's going to use your lot size, which is at a 0.01 standard, of course. And then you have the session. We turn that to true. and you tell it what time you wanted to start trading. So say you want the robot to take prop firm challenges at a certain time of the day, depending on the pair. You just put that time in based off your broker, and it always uses military time because that's what your MT4 platform is going to be using anyway. And you put in that time, and it'll just trade those specific times. As far as the news filter goes, you have high impact true, low impact true, and medium impact true, right? So you might want to turn low and medium off because that will affect your trade. And if you don't want to trade news, you just simply turn use news filter to true. And then you says close order before news. You can turn that to true, and it'll do it at the time you say. So let's say minutes. You want to close all trades 30 minutes before those trades are going to be impacted by news. You can turn that to 30 minutes and then turn it on to true, and it'll do that. And it'll do it based off speaking events, all the major currency pairs, high impact, low impact, and medium impact news. So that's the settings. This is specifically just for prop firm challenges. We pretty much put these settings in majority of the robots just because we want you to be able to trade that way with any robot. But this one is catered directly to what I use to pass the prop firm challenges because people want to know. So I turn mine on to 1 hour, and these are my settings. Now my take profit, I usually put my take profit at 200, right? I'll turn it to 200, and then I kind of leave it like that, and then I just let it run. And you know, once I see that I'm hitting a limit where I'm going to reverse, that's when I close the trade.
On NASDAQ 100.
Okay. So pretty much that's it. So that's it for the settings. Okay, so this is it. So we're gonna close out and just go over this real fast just to show you, you know, so the robot, if you've seen this video is on sale now. It is on introductory sale price, and this is it. So pretty much, you know, you can go to the website and check it out. You know, you see the emails I got from FTMO, and you know the results from the robot, and you know some of the results, you know, some of the certificates I got, things like that. You know, I blurred on my last name. I don't know why I do that. It's easy to find out my last name, but you know, I just do that just for people. Some people are kind of weird and nosy, but yeah, so pretty much it's available now. I told people here and there that I was working on this, and I tested it for a very long time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but pretty much it's just gonna yield the best results for you guys. You know, buy or sell, that's it. It's gonna yield you the best results, and that's kind of what I want to do. When it comes to the strategy, you gotta kind of know what you're doing. So this is just for people who kind of don't know that much about trading and want to start winning. You need more psychology while you learn your strategy. I do suggest you guys come to the Discord and, you know, hook up with me and get the classes and training and just get more proficient when using the software, because there's little tricks of the trade that I've learned for the couple years that I've been doing it. And it's gonna just help to get your win rate up. But that's it. So that's the end of this video, and hit me up in the comments and let me know what you guys think, man. Happy trading. Like I said, I told you guys that something I was going to help you get funded, and here we go. And I gave it to you at a reasonable price. So there should be no complaining. You should all be able to do this. Y'all have on sneakers and stuff that cost more than this, all right? All right, so get with me, holla, and happy trading. Peace, guys.